I got shark!
This is a yellowtail, a fish of legend down here in South African waters. One that will swim past the end of your gun at the most unexpected moments. These fish are as strong as they come, and they will reef you up and try to drown you, pulling you down like you weigh nothing. In pursuit of these beasts, you have to travel far and remote. And when everything lines up, the ultimate prize lies down below. This is how we hunt them. A beautiful morning in the wild Tsitsikamma coastline in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. We launch our boat from the slipway ready for a full day of spearfishing. The water was looking good, so we kidded up and hopped in at the first spot. So there were 3 divers off the boat today. Me, John, I'm 16 years old, my father, and then another friend of mine, Porcus. So we started diving and it became apparent that there was no thermocline this day, meaning that there was warm water from the top layer to the bottom layer, which meant that the big reef fish were going to be a lot deeper down, deeper than we can dive. So we decided to shift our focus to more pelagic fish like yellowtail. Here, however, you can actually see a nice black mussel cracker swimming by, a cool encounter. There were a lot of blue bottles in the water today, which is a type of jellyfish with a painful sting. And I actually did get stung once or twice, and it was really painful. And then, lying on the surface, I had my first yellowtail encounter of the day. 2 big ones coming past underneath me. I take a quick breath and dive down on them, but they want nothing to do with me. I try to attract them to me, but the yellowtails stay very far away and then just swim away. I was wondering where my dad was, but then I saw him surface next to me and I realized we both dove on the yellowtail without seeing each other.
Where's the tail?
And on my very next dive, another 2 big yellowtail will come past me. Going down my one ear doesn't equalize properly, so I don't go down to the bottom and I kind of just float mid-water. And that's when 2 nice yellowtail come in on me, but I see them a little bit too late and they are further away from me than I thought. I missed the shot, the 2 yellowtail disappear, and I swim back up to the surface.
Where's the tail?
So then my father ascends from a dive and I watch him bring up a beautiful white mussel cracker. So we moved spots to a much deeper, further out reef, and that turned out to be a really good decision. I found some nice reef structure, but once again there was just no big reef fish. However, when I got to the surface, my dad started yelling and I realized that he had speared something. I swam over to him as quick as I could and my dad was getting pulled down by a big yellowtail. I realized that the yellowtail had swum straight into the reef and that my dad couldn't stop it at all, so I had to go down and put in a second shot before this fish ripped out. I managed to shoot the fish again, and now all we had to do was just untangle the line from the rocks and pull up our fish. On this dive I failed to untangle the line, but my dad managed to do it the next dive. My dad got his yellowtail in his hands and we were all very happy. The next drift he stayed on the boat to rest, and me and Yaku were the only two in the water. I had never speared a big yellowtail myself, and watching my dad land this one right next to me made me want a big one for myself even more. But I didn't have to wait long. The very next dive, I would get my opportunity. It's a long shot and I'm not too sure about how well I hit the yellowtail. The fish dived straight down to the reef, but I hauled it up with all the power I had.
Second shot! Second!
I yelled at Porcus to come put in a second shot into my fish, and he immediately dived down to do so. Here is his GoPro footage. He put in a great shot and the fight was over.
Nice, John.
Here I finally get my fish into my arms, and it was a big one. I was so happy. And now back to my GoPro view. Here I'm just pulling it up and getting it into my hands. I stabbed it in its brain, and then it was just time to admire this beautiful fish and celebrate.
Ek kan sê aan die nodig nou sien ek maar dankie. Ja, dankie my bro.
And just like that, we had two big, beautiful yellowtail on the boat. This, however, was not the end of our diving day, and we really wanted Porcus to shoot his own yellowtail, but unfortunately he couldn't do so. But I had a few other cool encounters. Right here, a school of bronze whaler sharks, about 7 of them, actually started circling beneath me and Porcus, which was a really cool experience. Porcus dived down to see if there were any yellowtails swimming with them, but unfortunately there were none. Here you can see a large shark swim off to the left.
My bro het jou amper gebyt ou. Ek jou amper gebyt.
And then here a big school of bonitos, which are these type of small tunas, came past underneath us, and Porcus dived down and managed to shoot one of them. And then after that, my dad and I had an awesome encounter when two massive bronze whaler sharks came past underneath us, followed by a big yellowtail. My dad dives on them and has a shot on the yellowtail, but he's hesitant to take it because of the big sharks behind it. But after this, it had gotten late and our diving day was over. Being my biggest yellowtail ever by far, this was a really special fish for me and I was beyond the moon. Me and my dad's fish ended up both being 11 kgs, which is a really good fish. When my dad's yellowtail reefed him up, it actually bent his spear really badly, as you can see here, which is just crazy to me. Thanks for watching, you all. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I have some awesome videos coming, so make sure to stick around for that. I'll show you a sneak peek right now, but cheers for now, everyone.